Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How's it going? Morning, Kevin. Yeah, so might have our bounce that I've been looking for. We might. Let's jump into it and talk about it, shall we? So, popping over here. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss, past performance, not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation, intended to be informational, educational, and fun, is not a recommendation to buy or sell anything out there, financial instrument or otherwise. And if you desire that personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. Got my blue monster today. Let's see if we can find something moving. So, one thing before I get started on charts, starting today, I have the ability for you to super chat. If you've got something you want me to pay attention to, you can super chat me and I will give you priority. And that'll go on all these live streams. That'll go on the 30 Minutes of Awesome. So if you're going to super chat me, I am going to give you my full attention on whatever it is you want me to look at. So just so you know. All right. Pop it back over. And the screen went black. That's cool. All right. There we go. Now we got it. Look at this. Yes. Very, very nice. Finding a bounce right here. I need to pull up the... let's see. Where'd it go? I need to pull up the other chart that I just posted in Discord. And this baby right here. Let's zoom up on this. Look, right down here. Look how close that got. Beautiful. We could see one more push right down into that purple line. Retest that 39.24, 618 level. But this potentially looks good, and we're getting a rally today so far in the ES. That could be it. And I mean, I didn't move these lines, so this is kind of scary good that it hit right there, and that's how it's gonna. I mean, if that's how it plays out, wow. I got that darn close. So ES, like I said, looking really sharp. We got the bounce on Friday, and then continuing to bounce today. A breakout. Now, check this out. One more thing. Got me super excited here. Zoom this up. We came down, did a 618 retrace right there, found support, moving back up. If we break out over this level where I've got the alert right here, right around 40.35 on ES, you know, the S&P SPX will be a little bit lower than that, like 40.25 maybe. But this is a 618 retrace on the futures, and that's a measured bounce setup. That's like my favorite fib setup. Check this out, where it goes to. The target on this baby, right up here at 43.45. I know there's lots of fibs on here, but 43.45, that's the target right up here for the measured bounce. If we can get above that 40.35 area, right there. I'm excited, really excited. So that could be a huge move up. It can happen fast. Be ready for that. All right. Now, NQ also looking pretty strong here, trying to hold the roadmap line on the pullback. And Russell almost got there on Friday. I'll call it close enough. We can be close enough. So we break back above about 1920 on Russell on the futures. The actual index is a little bit different price than that, but we break it back above that 1920 area. Should be game on to try to push up through that. These are all looking super strong, super strong. Measured bounce setup was my favorite fib setup. That one coming up short, only hit the 50. The NQ right here, I think only hit the 50 also. Didn't draw it. Yeah, just shy of the 50. So ES has the best looking setup right now, and it may outperform on this next move. All right, dollar, finding a little weakness. If it can drop back down, that'll just support the market going higher even more. So when is the rally confirmed? When we break out above 4,300. That's the, unfortunately, that's what we got to see. We have to see it break out through the major resistance. 4,300 is the major resistance at this point. We have to be above 4,300, and then we're on the way. Now, the next leg, breaking above that prior high we just had right here, getting above 42. That pretty much, I mean, it really tilts the scales to we're going to see this thing go. But we can still turn down at 4,300 and make a lower low. So, got to be above 4,300. That's the big thing that I'm waiting for. This thing so far following right along the path that I outlined months ago now, almost. So I'm super excited. Everything's kind of coming together here. Now let's find out what's moving here. Tree announcing some earnings. And beating on the top, but losing money. Disappointing on the bottom. Not really moving much. BRK.B getting a little bit of pop. Not a big pop. It did the roadmap line, so I expect this one to bounce and go. It's a nice three-wave retrace right in the roadmap line. Next extension out. That's the classic roadmap reversal right there. So next extension should go out to about 326-ish. It may come up a little shy, but somewhere in that 325, 326 area for BRK.B on their next move up. FUBO also announcing earnings, and looks like it's disappointing on the outlook. Losing money, beating on losing money, and beating on revenue. But they don't make a lot of money really. So I'm sure they had a disappointing outlook, kind of like Netflix, getting slammed a little bit. MEC, MLEC. Man, look at that. It's a nice little pop. Was that the one that Pfizer was going to buy? No, it's, I don't know. It says miscellaneous commercial services. I don't know. Pfizer announced that they were going to buy some biotech today. Boyle, getting a nice little pop. Can this be the bottom? That sure looks like that was the final flush out potentially. I don't know. We'll see. Boyle and UNG both have way higher they can go at this point. So we'll see what gets cooking here. One little move is not a reversal, so we got to wait for this to prove itself. We do have significant resistance right at 7. And, I mean, this one came down from, gosh, 100 down to 7, down to 5, 4. So that is ultra leveraged, so be careful on that one. SGEN, look at that pop. Beautiful. Beautiful. Earnings pop. We had losing money, but beating on the top and beating on the bottom. Well, this is a pop after earnings pop, I guess. A few days ago, earnings pop there, and then another pop here. And doesn't tell. Yeah, there's. This is the one. This is the one. Yeah, Pfizer reportedly in early talks to buy Seagen, $30 billion. This is the one. There we are. I knew it was one of them. I just, running through all the news this morning. So that's the one right there. So that's popping on the Pfizer news. Now looking at the chart, it's probably going to come up, whatever the buyout price is, it's probably going to come up right near there and just kind of hover there until the buyout happens. So be careful. That's not really a tradable thing. Buyouts aren't really tradable. Now this one popping. Nice pop on Union Pacific. Okay, news crapping in this morning. Let's see. CEO stepping down and getting rewarded. That's a nice pop there. Almost 10%. Pretty fair. Right up to the roadmap line, though. And holding the roadmap line is bearish for a move lower. So already went through ES. You can rewind it kind of. I'll circle back around, though. Bouncing is kind of the name of the game here. ASML looks like it's on a path to go back to the roadmap line. It doesn't have to make it that far. As I've said before, just happens to be the expectation. Yeah, we could bounce there at the 50% and go higher. Tesla moving. Let's see, holding the roadmap line so far. I kind of got two paths outlined on Tesla. Either bounce higher from here or break down below this line and come back down in here. Looks like right now it's struggling to try to hold this support area. And it did dip right close to the line. We'll just have to see. It can chug in here for a little while and just charge up energy, but it'll have resistance right here at this trend line. Wherever it hits that trend line, whether it be over here or on down, it'll have resistance at that trend line because it has been resistance for a good long time, since all the way back in 2021. And moving on to Netflix, looks like it's bouncing at the roadmap line despite all the crap. Could push a little lower, but looking like we're getting a little bit of bounce, so everything's kind of bouncing today. This is looking positive for a big up day in the market. Excuse me. ENPH holding that line. That's good for ENPH to, if it breaks below that line, probably coming back down here would be my estimation. But that's a 618 hold right there. So popping above, say, let's see, somewhere about 235 to 240, making a move back up through that area right there. I'm gonna set my alert at 240. Making a move up through there, sets this something up for a measured bounce and a big extension higher potentially. Yeah, looking for a 361 or 400 on the upside. PXD pushing down. That's a lower low. That could be the end of this correction for PXD. Let's see. Oh yeah, perfect. That's a classic move right there. This move right here equal to that move right there, right to the tick. Bouncing here, extremely bullish. I need to redo the fibs for the move up. Right there. Of course, above the roadmap line is where I expect it to go higher. It can still bounce down lower if it's below that, but that is a classic hold right there, and 314 on the upside. So if you wanted to maybe take a small risk on that one, that's a 50% gain right there. I mean, yeah, 50% gain just on shares. NVIDIA also getting a nice little move. We can break through this resistance zone right here. The next move up takes us to 335. Probably get some consolidation in that area before we can make the final move up into the 460 area. I mean, that was just working the path. Super bullish on that one for AI plays. I mean, they basically sell the shovels for the AI revolution at this point. Let's see. Market's got about 2 minutes. This one, we're showing a drop. I think we're into the bearish tickers that were on the scanner. Yeah, it looks like crap to me. That one, not really showing any price updates, but I think it's coming back down. Earnings missing on the top, missing on the bottom. Yeah, I think it's got a drop shown on my Market Chameleon. Let's see, ATLX, yeah, down a little bit. It says they have earnings coming up. Let's see, oil flat, and not a lot happening. This one just kind of chops in this range. It looks like had a split. Is that a reverse split? Holy balls! Yeah, that was a nasty split. So that one right there is bearish. Even though we got this pop here, a split like that is bearish. Holy moly. Yeah, that one getting slammed. Look at that right there. Ready Capital Corp. It's a real estate investment trust. Not too good on that one. It's funny. Surprised on the revenue. That was a big, for real estate investment trust, that's a pretty big surprise negative on the revenue. Yeah, usually Usually they get pretty close on the revenue for real estate investment trust, but that's probably why that one's getting punished. And then this one also getting punished. Looks like earnings are happening, but oh, there's the market open. Yeah, so ES right here. I am bullish bias today. We're holding the support. We're holding the bounce. Oh, getting alerts like crazy. SMH. That's a long on SMH. Looks like a long on GS2. Yep. Hitting all my alerts for going long here. So, all right. Be careful out there. Watch for potential breakdowns. This doesn't have to fully bounce. Remember, the S&P 500 chart right here. Pull it on over. Come on, go, go, go. There we go. Right there. We came down right to support. We're holding it so far. We might push that 39.24. It's entirely possible we test that, but we can bounce right here. We're in the bounce zone. This thing can go full bull. Targets are up here. Looking for like 45. So above 43 is where I start getting really bullish for that new all-time high. Things are looking really positive, all right? So good luck. Stay safe out there. Remember, if we see something breaking down, we need that 39.24 to hold. If it starts breaking down, well, we got 3,800 is below that. That needs to hold. And we don't hold 3,800. We're probably making a lower low. That's your parameters. Looking for something to break out, get back above 4,000 would be super positive and bullish. So, all right. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow for the Morning Monster.